ever seen a time in the main where it's comparable to qualifying?
No.
These
No,
track-
well,
the
that-
track-
Yes. And
Well,
it's
hold
early
on.
in the season. It's early in the season.
Early in the season, but I did see now in the micros, Jesse Slotfeld. Okay, this kid in that car. It doesn't matter if he's running restricted or open. From the time of qualifying to the time of main event, I guarantee, and I can go back and start looking at my laps sort of like that. That kid is no more than less than three thousandths of a second difference between qualifying and main event time.
That's consistent.
But he's that good though. He's got that raw talent to drive exactly the same track, or drive whatever track, drive the exact same spot each and every time. The kid is a shoe when it comes to.
So he doesn't have to worry about that type of rule.
He doesn't. But now you start
But
talking
there are
about
guys that do.
Absolutely.
And like we said a minute ago, if you use that rule as this is the rule, and if you break out of that time frame, you're disqualified. And you make an exception for one guy, now you have to make an exception for 65 guys at the track because you just showed your hand.
That's right.
Well, you take a step farther, IMCA, on the modifieds. You let one person have a different size roof.
Right.
You got to let.
Right.
Right.
How many other racers are running A-Mod and IMCA
Yep.
run different size roof?
Right. And roof width is what, 62?
I have no idea. I haven't looked at my body sheet lately.
You can go down. You can go all the way down to like what, 48 or something.
Yeah,
right?
you can go. There's a wide variety
Yeah.
of sizes you can make for an IMCA legal roof.
Right.
But you change that one piece on the car,
Right.
you got to do it for everybody else.
When
Well,
you want
okay.
you want that roof as wide as you can anyway.
So check this out. You want to hear a story? I'm kind of 2 seconds off of this order like that. You talk about roof size, right? Okay. 2 years ago, Vegas, IMCA, right? This is the Nationals. Okay. I'm
not the Nationals, but it's the big duel in the
yeah,
desert.
and I'm not going to say who it was, but it was somebody from up here that had cell panels that were
already gave it away.
that basically looked like it was off of Mary Poppins.
Right.
Okay. IMCA teched them, went all the way through, good to go. Boom. Okay. Second night, teched them again. Said, whoa, hold on. Cell pounders are out a little wise. No. You guys teched me. You guys stickered me. You guys said that was right. Nothing's changed on my car. No. Cell pounders off. So then he sits there and he goes, okay. So he cuts cell panels off, flattens them out in a little bit, goes right back through tech, texts him, tells him, oh, no, your cell pounder's too flat.
Too flat?
Too flat.
So is there a template for the sail panels?
There is.
There is. Okay.
There is. It
I
cannot.
did not know that.
There is a
It can't go out. Is it 2 inches?
2 inches.
Yeah,
I
2
believe.
inches
From
yeah.
the top of the roof to where it mounts on the
If
deck.
you look at the last page in the A-Mod IMCA rules, there is specific measurements and how they measure, etc.
Everything.
for
Right.
the stock clip for the front end, and then for the body. And if you are outside of that, there ain't no gray area. It's black and white.
Yeah, it's
Well,
black
and
and white.
we
They
had that
have the
experience.
chart and everything.
we
That's
had
on
that
the book.
experience at Eldora with the UMP. They're tight, and I think that's good.
It is.
I think it's good because but you got to make sure that your officials are honest too, because I mean,
Well, this is the funny thing because I didn't go down there, but I mean I heard about it because of course it got back up here and they're like, "What the hell, Randall?" I'm like, "Okay, well, I mean, how many times at Willamette or Sunset do we sit there and we check cell panels?" Now, if
Right.
somebody's running, a Mary Poppins type cell panel, well, come on. But up here, is it really going to make that big a difference?
yes.
yes.
Willamette Speedway doesn't make a difference at Sunset.
He's got I doubt it. I doubt it.
Sunset. This is the deal.
I don't think
Okay.
aero at Sunset is a big issue.
There is zero aero issue at Sunset. Now, you go, shut up. I see that look. The reason why is because I know what you're thinking and I know your secret
and
right now.
I mean, I'm thinking there might be if you just take the entire roof off. You're packing more air. That's where he's going to go. I see this happening. You take the roof off, you're going to pack the air on the deck. You're going to get, on a dry slick track, yes, that's going to make a little bit of difference. I don't care what size track you're on. But typically on those short tracks like Sunset, the speed isn't there to affect the car as it would at a big track.
I'm almost kind of wondering what this little chuckle over here from Joel. You kind of
let's hear it.
enlighten me.
All right. So, how many of us have kids? As kids,
I have kids.
stuck your hand out the window.
Uh-huh.
Okay. How big is your hand?
Really, Joel? Come on.
5 inches, 4 inches across.
Sure.
Around.
When IMCA had the spoilers on the back of the mods for a crate motor, it was 2 inches. Okay, so you take your hand, put it out the window, tilt it one way, it goes up. Tilt it the other way, it goes down.
Right.
Every bit of aero, and I'm from the school. I'm going to preface this. My personal opinion, and I am from the school of every little arrow helps. Now, try doing that at 25 miles an hour when you're going down the street versus when you're going down the freeway at 75 miles an hour in Washington.
What do you mean you're doing 90, Joel? How did you get here so fast?
So I get
Radar
what you're
checker.
saying. I get what you're saying.
No, and I do too. And don't get me wrong, aero is an issue, but it's more of an effect when it goes to the bigger tracks, Elma, Cottage Grove, Coos Bay, Willamette Speedway. All those have a different effect than it does at a smaller stop-and-go track.
And I agree with you, with the exception that when you're on a stop-and-go track, arrow from the side is going to keep that car tight. Arrow on the car, on the roof, and on the deck is going to push that car down into the dirt.
Right.
So it's going to affect your entry and your entry into the corner, which is going to in turn affect the middle and the exit. Everything starts at entry.
Well, I'll give you that. Yes.
And you wonder why we got a crew chief on for Moxie. Yeah. No, and I agree with you because the last 5, 7, 12, 14 years, working with KFM Racing, we tried some stuff. I'm not going to sit there and give every secret because it's just
Trade secrets are trade secrets. That's why I'm choosing my words carefully.
That's exactly what it is.
So we kind of got in a rabbit trail here.
Back to this deal. So Bridgeport Logistics Street Stocks, man, it's gonna be an Arnie Case deal. I mean, it's a
done deal.
2016.
Congratulations, Arnie. We had you on the show earlier, and a little bit of Northwest Dirt News karma helped him out.
It was good.
Got a little of that little Indian luck,
That's right.
The Northwest Dirt News luck. We helped him. We'll give him a little credit.
This is the coolest thing, though, and this is the race to watch. It's Just In Case, Doug Pitch, and Benny Sauter. If you guys literally want to do something, come out just for this race because it is going to be it's going to be fantastic.
2nd through 4th is
right. So let's go on to Sport Mod.
Okay, let's do it.
Well, John Henry leads by quite a bit of Michael Melton.
What's the gap there? Let's talk about the points. What is it?
358 to 292.
Yeah, that's a tough one for Melton.
It's a John Henry Championship 2016 for
Sport
Mod.
And Melton won't even be in that race.
No, and the reason why is I got the okay to sit there and say live on Moxie, and I believe he's listening right now if he wants to call in real quick, is that Michael Melton is no longer a Sport Mod driver. He is now a proud owner of an A-Mod.
He moved on up.
He did.
Attaboy.
Now,
I'll tell you what, though, that car he got.
And I'm not going to sit there and I'm not going to say whose car it is unless he wants to.
Well,
so
I've seen it. I've seen that car in action. That's a good race car.
That car is.
Let's go back to points.
Car is very, very fast, and he said that he wanted to move up and everything else, and this was the chance that he got. And when he went back to Nashville for the Bristol race, somebody came up and said, "Hey, it was shooting the chute," and he says, "I got a Sport Mod," and he says, "Well, I got cash," and Michael says, "All right, well, come to Washington, let's go, hammer down." So when it comes into that, the 2016 Sport Mod IMCA Sport Mod champion is going to be John Henry. Now, this is where it's going to get fun, too. This is another race that is absolutely incredible. This is your Budweiser IMCA modified points. Craig Castle, 395. Bubba Foster, 391.
Oh, 391. So it's a 4-point gap.
4 points coming into this weekend.
Lord.
That's another one who basically is going to finish. It's like a Doug Lockwood and a Craig Castle from last year.
Last year, exactly.
Who finished in front? It was Craig Castle, won that championship.
So basically, if Craig finishes 4th through 1st, he's got it locked up.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. If Bubba
what
passes
if Bubba
him,
passes him and has more passing points coming up?
That's right.
What if Bubba starts 10th and Castle
Craig
starts on the pole?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Uh-huh.
See, there's some variables there. It could go down.
Listen to this. So, 3rd place in points that didn't have a year at all last year. And I don't want to say sucked, but just didn't have a year, just didn't have, the forward momentum. Chrissy Summers, 3rd place in points.
Chrissy last year, to see her 3rd place in points, I mean
that's incredible.
It is because last year that poor girl couldn't find luck in a 4-leaf clover.
She struggled so much.
When it was just one of those deals where, and it really wasn't a whole bunch of her fault. It was simply, if there wasn't for bad luck, she wouldn't have any. I mean,
yeah.
Murphy's Law hit her big time last year.
Well, and everybody else.
Well, it's kind of like
they
Joey
didn't-
Tanner's first half of the season.
Well, this is the deal. They didn't give, and a lot of drivers or whatever like that, and I believe it's is that they're intimidated by her. Okay, I mean that's my own theory, because to run somebody that hard that you wouldn't run somebody else that hard, that to me is intimidation. Okay, third place in points right now. She is over Doug Lockwood. She's 313. He is at 299. So that's a battle for the third and fourth place. Aaron Ellis, 293. So the top four, or basically the top three, are right there that could change hands too. But to have Christy Summers, in the top three, the top five, I'm telling you right now, that is a girl that if she keeps this going, she's going to sit there and she's going to be up there battling for that championship for next year.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's just the way it is. So you hear about the news that happened over at Madras this weekend? With,
what a
Oh
Crash
my
fest.
word!
well, about the late model?
yeah, Jason Johnson.
Yep.
Destroyed his car.
Heard that was a pretty bad wreck.
Really? Because I saw the pictures and it just looked like sheet metal.
My thoughts exactly. I heard it was go ahead.
My understanding and stuff, I haven't talked to him or nothing yet.
He's got that car this year.
Yeah. That's a newer
man.
car for him and everything. I'm not sure exactly what had happened. I was trying to watch a live coverage, but it was too long. They stopped and everything else, so I didn't actually see I didn't see the wreck or anything. I've just heard about it, and then of course read about it and stuff. But Jason Johnson leading by 332 points over John Gamble, 586. Now that's over 40 points coming into this weekend.
What's Johnson have?
332 or 632.
632, and Gamble's got how much?
586. It's over 40 points.
You know
There's no way.
He better
47
have someone
points.
with a car. I mean, you got to be on the track. That's too close. You got to find a way to get a car, if not that one, a car on the track. Throw a 76 on duct tapes, whatever you got to do.
You got to remember, though, too, that late models and Budweiser IMC Modifieds are running this weekend. Okay, Jerry Schramm runs third, 528 points. Joey Tanner, 417. Now, I believe that if Jerry comes, he'll bring both cars.
Oh, sure he will.
Okay?
Yeah.
Just because that's what he does. Now, I don't know if he's going to go down to Willamette or not. Jerry Schramm. He's running third in points right now with 528.
If he's that tight and if it's
But
that
we've seen Jerry fast and late model this year.
well, we have when we've seen him be extremely good in the modifieds.
Mm-hmm.
I think he likes the modifieds better. I mean,
Well,
that's no secret.
he's already stolen 3 races from Kenny because Kenny's broke, mind you. But he's been leading at the time that Kenny's passed him, and then just bad luck. I mean, you talk about bad luck to somebody.
Exactly.
That's that Miller. That's that KFM Racing and Kenny Miller.
Oh, yeah.
Just bad luck. I mean, he's given 3 away that he's had to either drive from the back and come up and pass the leader with a handful of laps left, and bad things happen and don't win it.
Yeah,
you know, it all started with $1,000 to win for the Dancing Bear 1,000. Or Dancing Bear $100,000 to win. That's where
1,000.
$1,000 for $100.
We're running bigger than Daytona out here.
Right? 7 fuel stops and everything else. But,
oh, jeez.
But I mean that right there, if everything goes right, it's going to be a tight battle.
I would put money Jerry's going to take the late model sunset this weekend.
I would.
He might. I mean, it's that close. I mean, he's not in the points battle and stuff for the modified. So but if he takes one, he's going to take them both.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah. He's not going to show up. Yeah.
I mean,
right.
that's just the deal.
I see him focusing on the late model at sunset.
He doesn't. He is not a championship type person. He really doesn't care. He really does not care about championship. He doesn't. I mean, he's one of those type. He comes to race.
Yep.
That's it. He comes to win, comes to race, take home his own money, and call it good.
Right.
I mean,
right.
really.
Well,
I mean,
that's true.
It's awesome. I mean, to sit there and race at your own track and stuff. If you win, how do you pay yourself? Oh, cool. Thanks. Now I'm gonna give it back.
Yeah, right.
But hey, it is what it is, right? But I mean, it's one of those deals that he's running third. The top 3 is anybody's deal. I know Joey's probably going to go down to Willamette. That's just because it's tight down there and stuff for him. But Sunset Speedway 30-year anniversary championship night presented by Finish Line Graphics happens this Saturday night.